Have you ever been jolted awake by a simple sentence at the peak of your stress? Have you ever felt the weight of doubt lift when a friend's comforting words reached you at your lowest moment? Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel. Today we explore a passage so honest, so strikingly real, that it deserves to be sent to every single person. It is not a call to surrender, but a reminder that you still possess the power to adapt, to choose, and to rise. This message unfolds in 7 concise lines, each revealing a critical pivot point. When you cannot change your environment, learn to adjust yourself. When you cannot alter the facts, shift your mindset. When you cannot control others, master your emotions. When you cannot foresee tomorrow, seize today. When smooth sailing eludes you, give every effort. And when you cannot lengthen life, expand its meaning. Let us begin with the recognition that we are never truly alone in our struggles. Imagine a young teacher facing an unruly classroom. She cannot overhaul the entire school culture, but she discovers that by adjusting her own expectations and experimenting with new engagement techniques, she transforms chaos into collaboration. This shift mirrors the essence of the first lie. Your only point of leverage when everything around you resists change is you. Next, we dwell on the power of attitude. A seasoned entrepreneur once told me that market downturns and regulatory hurdles are facts beyond his control. What remained within his grasp was his interpretation of those facts. By reframing obstacles as opportunities for innovation, he steered his enterprise through recessions and emerged stronger. This ability to turn facts into fuel exemplifies the second line's wisdom. Turning inward to our third insight, mastering our emotions becomes the bedrock of resilience. Consider a new parent at the edge of exhaustion, colic at night, endless diapers, and mounting self-doubt. No one can control a baby's schedule, but by cultivating calm awareness, pausing to breathe through frustration, and reciting a simple mantra, I am doing my best, and that is enough, the parent regains clarity and even begins to find joy in the nightly routine. Then comes the gift of presence. We may endlessly speculate about the future. Will I succeed? Will I fail? But our true power lies in the here and now. A marathon runner's secret is not in predicting the 20th mile, but in mindfully placing one foot in front of the other. Each conscious step grounds you in today and crafts the path to tomorrow. Even when the winds shift and smooth sailing becomes a distant memory, the passage reminds us to give every effort. A musician preparing for a performance may face broken strings, lost sheet music, and last-minute venue changes. Yet by focusing on what she can do, practicing scales on a broken instrument, improvising a setlist, connecting with the audience in new ways, she still delivers a performance that resonates deeply. Finally, we arrive at the profound truth that life's length may be beyond our hands, but its depth is ours to craft. A woman diagnosed with a terminal illness chose not to mourn the years she would lose, but to invest in the years she had, hosting community dinners, recording stories for her children, and volunteering at a local hospice. In doing so, she demonstrated that the true width of a life is measured not in hours but in moments of courage, love, and generosity. If you find yourself weary, trapped, or lost in struggle, write this passage on a cord and place it where you will see it every morning. Let it remind you that your heart is more powerful than any circumstance, your mind your finest compass, and your attitude the ultimate architect of your destiny. As you carry this passage into the ordinary moments of your life, you'll begin to notice its wisdom rippling beneath the surface of routine decisions. When you find yourself stuck in gridlock, instead of seething over traffic, remind yourself that while you cannot change this obstacle, you can adjust your mood, maybe by turning on a favorite song or practicing a few slow, calming breaths. In that choice lies the seed of transformation. By mastering your response, you reclaim your time and preserve your energy for what truly matters. In the workplace, This approach can shift team dynamics overnight. Picture a project derailed by unexpected setbacks, a missed deadline, or a key collaborate's absence. Rather than pointing fingers at facts beyond your control, gather your colleagues and model the attitude of "what can we learn here?" By reframing mistakes as lessons, you cultivate a culture where innovation flourishes and blame dissolves. As each member realizes they hold the power to reorient the group's mindset, productivity soars and morale deepens. In your relationships, these lines become a compass for empathy and connection. When a loved one reacts harshly, remember you cannot control their words, but you can choose your own compassion. A simple pause before replying often diffuses tension more effectively than any argument. Over time, your partner or friend will sense your steadiness, and even difficult conversations will gain the potential to strengthen rather than strain your bond. Travel and adventure offer yet another canvas for this passage's truth. Imagine arriving in a foreign city only to have your luggage lost. It's a fact you cannot alter, but you can seize the day by exploring local markets on foot, talking with shopkeepers, and practicing gratitude for the unexpected detour that led you off the beaten path. In surrendering control of external circumstances and embracing what remains within your grasp, your curiosity and goodwill, you transform a potential crisis into one of your most memorable experiences. As you grow older, the final line "cannot lengthen life, expand its meaning" takes on ever greater resonance. Faced with the awareness of mortality, many of us feel urgency to accumulate achievements or possessions, yet the people who leave the deepest legacies are those who invested in moments of kindness, creativity, and presence. They planted trees beneath whose shade they knew they would never sit, mentored souls whose success they would never witness, and spoke words of encouragement to strangers who carried them for decades. To weave these ideas into your daily fabric, consider creating simple rituals. Perhaps each morning you recite the passage silently while gazing into a window, setting your intention to embody its spirit. Or at the end of each week, you journal about one instance when you applied its guidance, how adjusting yourself rather than your circumstances altered an outcome, or how mastering your emotions opened a door you once saw as locked. These small acts of remembrance anchor the passage, not just in thought but in habit. Ultimately, this passage is more than a collection of aphorisms. It is an invitation to become the architect of your own life, choosing where to focus your attention, how to frame each moment, and which truths to carry forward. When the world around you feels unyielding, let these words remind you that the most profound changes begin within. Thank you for watching this video.